All right, what's up, man? How's it going?
Oh, not much, man. How
Yeah,
about yourself?
nothing much. Do you want me to intro you, or do you want to intro yourself?
Uh, well, I'm Pixel Pusher. I don't really know what else I can say. I'm just here. You're
Number one
friendly.
greatest emote artist on the Twitch.tv platform for
Oh, come
affiliate
on.
gamers / streamers of any variety, namely
You mean
two
yourself?
people.
Yeah, you mean yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Two-time TwitchCon attendee. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Let me raise your volume of it too, just in case.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, so like I said, kind of at the top of the hour, guys, if you guys are joining us here live, we will be posting the links to the articles that we were talking about in the Twitch chat. This time around, we're not doing a Q&A at the end or really conversing with chat in general, only because we're trying to keep the episode somewhat short. Also, I think Pixel's making a logo sometime in the next 3 months. He has like a 3 or 4 month deadline.
Hopefully that is on its way.
Yeah. And I'm going to look into, because a couple people DM'd me, a couple people want the podcast in audio format. So
cool.
I might look into putting the podcast up on iTunes. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh,
So
nice, yeah.
maybe we'll do that. Anyway, let's jump into all the boring news, and let's go from most boring to most relevant. So these are all out of order,
All right.
Pixel, because I kept just like continually just putting them in here or whatever.
Sure.
From the week or whatever. But first up, September is here. We talked about this earlier last week, but this is just, they finally, I don't know why, but they waited until like September 7th to post an official September discussion. For anyone who doesn't know, basically if you're gifted a sub, if you want to resub to that person for the first month you resub, it actually ends up costing $1, but the person that you resub to will get the full amount of their benefits or whatever. So if they get $3 per sub, they still get 3, but you only have to pay $1, so it's 80% off. The subs, I guess I didn't know this, so the subs had to be gifted during the time of September 10th to September 30th. So anytime before that, even though it was September, like I thought it was September on September 1st, I was mistaken from the last podcast we talked about. I guess you were not given credit, unfortunately.
Oh, that's really sucks.
Which kind of sucks or whatever. You also will get a bell notification in the top right whenever you're gifted a sub, and then a couple hours after you're gifted the sub, you'll get another bell notification that will say, do you want to resub to them for $1? So I don't know why, but I have about 15 or 20 gifted subs. So,
all right, quit bragging.
so a couple days ago, I like a day ago or 2 days ago, I got so many notifications on my phone telling me like, do you want to resub to this person? Like, I haven't even watched this person at all. So let's see. I was just kind of like browsing through this stuff. A big thing too, guys, is this only applies to tier 1 paid subscriptions. It doesn't apply to tier 2 or tier 3. So basically, if you get gifted a tier 2 sub, and then you want to resub and keep your tier 2 sub, you still need to pay the full price, but it will still offer you to resub for $1, but it will default you to tier 1. So it will always be the $4.99 thing as well. So just keep that in mind as well. Also, you can't bundles don't count. I didn't even know this, but you can gift in bundles of 3 to 6 months. Didn't know that either. Apparently you can do that, but apparently it doesn't affect in bundles as well. So you can only do the first month. So there's a stipulation on that. And yeah, that's pretty much about it with the frequently asked questions on that. Oh, also you get like a pretty cool little notification when someone resubs with a gifted sub. I forgot what the notification says exactly, but it shows up in chat. It's like, this person decided to resub their gifted sub for $1, and 20,000 people have done this so far, or something like that.
That's pretty much all it says. Like, it's kind of cool that there's a counter.
Yeah. I feel like they've done that with other things on Twitch, maybe, like the cheering for donations. Remember when they did that, where like you could cheer bits or something, and it was like it went to like some type of foundation or something. I remember it was like $100,000 has been raised, and like the number would continually keep going up or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was really cool to see.
definitely. So we're just getting through these kind of boring articles right now, guys. But next up that we have, and is there anything else you wanted to say about just the gifted subs? Any
Not
added
really.
stuff from what we talked about last week?
We really covered everything last time because I do remember talking about this, and I was kind of miffed about how it's so complex how it works. You have to be gifted a sub first, and then you are given the opportunity to resub for $1. I think that just adds a lot more complexity and stuff that isn't really necessary. I feel like it was just like a way to prevent too many sales from happening. So
Yeah.
So that Twitch doesn't lose too much money.
Yeah, someone in HR like did the numbers and they're like, we can't do half off subs anymore.
Yeah, that was just too good of a
It
deal.
was just way too good of a deal, dude. So they're like, yeah, we're not doing that at all. Okay. Next up, we have this just came out actually like a couple of hours ago.
Oh.
So I just caught this.
Let's see.
But as you guys may or may not have known, a couple of years back, about 2 years back actually, it was around the time that I think it was the first month of Twitch Prime was out, or no, the affiliate program. No, Twitch Prime. It was Twitch Prime. The first month that Twitch Prime was out, Blizzard announced that they were doing an exclusive partnership with Twitch.tv, and that with that was going to come special events and special loot from the affiliate program. We've seen that. We got the Tyrande skin in Hearthstone. We've gotten some card backs in Hearthstone. Overwatch has given us some loot boxes with Prime, etc., etc. And now they've announced a partnership with the Hearthstone Global Games. For anyone who doesn't know what the Hearthstone Global Games is, think of it like the World Cup, but for Hearthstone. Pretty much, it's just teams of 3 that basically are representing their countries of origin, and they compete every single week for a spot at the top 16, which is going to start next week, September 17th, and then the finals, which I believe is the top 4 teams, are actually going to be at BlizzCon. So it ends on November 4th. They're doing a special promotion, and kind of they did this with the Overwatch League as well. But pretty much every cheer from September 17th through November 4th on twitch.tv/playhearthstone brings the entire community closer to unlocking cheering goals, which includes in-game items like card packs and card backs and exclusive Twitch emotes. Yeah, so basically there's going to be exclusive bit emotes. You'll be able to cheer, and those cheers, I believe, after the 30% cut that Twitch normally takes, the rest of the bits will go to the respective teams and be split among them, which I think is really awesome. A lot of these teams aren't backed by organizations and stuff, so you're literally donating bits directly to your nation, the representation of the nation, which is really cool. As well as there's going to be global community cheering progress. From what I understand, and this probably will change as we get a little bit more information on it, basically, if the community cheers a whole of something like, let's say, 1 million bits, then certain prizes will be awarded to the people who cheered, not to everybody. And the prizes, the grand prize is an exclusive Hearthstone card back that will be given to anyone who has cheered. It doesn't matter. I believe the minimum cheer is 100 bits, so it's not that bad, and it's a global thing. So if the community in a whole by November 4th, let's say, donates 100,000 or 1 million bits, then that will unlock for everyone who has donated at that time. They've done this in the past with Overwatch League as well. I know that if you cheer a certain amount of bits right now, they've already reached, I think, 3 or 4 skins. But right now, if you cheer like 300 or 400 bits, you'll be able to unlock all those skins as well in the Overwatch League. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm 99% sure that you have to cheer something. I'm almost like 100% sure of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that's like a definite possibility.
Right. So, yeah. What do you think about this partnership, Pixel? Do you think this is pretty cool, or what?
I think it's pretty cool. Like, I just want to see more integration with games and game companies from Twitch. Like, this is just the beginning. Like, I can see so much more happening to create just like this amazing like connection between games and Twitch. And like Hearthstone Global Games, like I think the idea of that is just cool in and of itself.
Yeah, it's cool to see just like a mix of professional gamers coupled with streamers. This year I haven't been watching too often because they have this rule where basically like the same streamer can't be in the Hearthstone Global Games like for 2 years or something, I believe, or
Hmm.
1 or 2 years or something. So like the first year was pretty lit because you had like Forsen, Reynad, like Team Canada was like Toast, like Sidonia, like all these like streamer personalities. And now this year it's like because they're not allowed in, like this is the third year, so it's like they're not allowed in for I think 2 years or something. Like this year is kind of like these random kind of like you would only
Mm,
know them if you really watched Hearthstone, but if you were like a casual
right.
player, like there weren't that many streamers, but like there were like a handful. Like I think Tice is in this time and RDU is in this time, so there are some like
Hmm.
pretty well-known streamers. But I just remember like the first year, like the stream, like the teams were just stacked with like people you knew. Like
Oh
I think
yeah,
I
yeah.
think Team America was like Firebat,
Wow. Okay.
Amnesiac, and then like somebody else or whatever. Or no, that was last year. Last year was like Firebat, Amnesiac, Terrence Miller, who's like a really good Hearthstone player, and then like I think like
Mhm.
Chalky or something. It was like something really stacked,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were pretty well known names. But I feel like this year this time around it's kind of a hit and miss.
Yeah, I feel like it's a give and take. Like, it's cool that they're bringing in new players because then that gives them the opportunity to shine.
Yeah, definitely.
And so you're not just like having stacked teams every single year for this. I mean, this is basically like an exhibition match, really,
Hmm.
because it's just bringing in people from different countries.
Right.
It's not quite like a competition, like the um, like a traditional esports kind of thing. This is just invitational kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like you got to vote for who you wanted on your team from your nation or
Okay.
whatever. But I mean, yeah, it's essentially an exhibition, like a World Cup type of thing, just to kind
Yeah.
of
So
promote it.
yeah, this is great because like it brings to light like all these other great Hearthstone players. Like there's not just Chalky and Firebat and all the rest. There's a ton of amazing players too.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's good because it will probably also boost viewership for the Hearthstone Global Games. I don't end up watching the Hearthstone Global Games too often just because if America gets eliminated or if America is not even on, it's like one of those
Mhm.
things where like the viewership just kind of goes up and down continually. And it
Mm.
becomes, and it like, like the first couple of weeks, like, because this has actually been going on for like the last 3 months. Like, this is not something
Oh,
that's like
wow.
recently been happening. I believe 2 to 3 months. So it's been going on for a very long time. So
Mhm.
it's good to get a boost of viewership. I think the bits thing in general, though, like you were saying, is just a great idea. I think it's a good way for Twitch to make a little bit of money. Obviously, I think it's great for us as a community to like get involved and get like little rewards for participating and for giving
Mhm.
bits. And I think it's a great opportunity for the players themselves to get some cash as well because like I did mention, this is an exhibition, so it's not
Mhm.
like if Crip or Toast or Tice gets invited out, like there is money involved, I believe, when you get to the top four. But I think anything beyond that, like there's no real money. It's just mostly like, hey, you're gonna get a lot of exposure. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of
Right.
pride on the line. So it's nice that there will now be teams that you could cheer for and get the money
Yeah.
for
No,
and
it's
stuff.
great.
It does kind of suck that it's only limited to the top 16 because it started
Yeah.
off as I think 64 teams. So
Oh,
it started off
wow.
like, so there's a lot of people not gonna get like anything from it. But
Oh, that sucks.
overall I think it's good. I think, in my opinion, I think that this is what Blizzard wants to do and Twitch wants to do when it comes to drops. If you like, drops are activated every once in a while, and that's the thing where if you just watch the stream, you have a
Mm-hmm.
random chance of getting like a goodie type of item or whatever. And I feel like
Yeah.
drops, while they did do it recently, like for Overwatch and stuff like that, like Blizzard has been very strict with how drops work. It's only over like a 2 week event. They don't drop like the best things. Like they usually drop sprays or like maybe one skin or something like that, or maybe a
Yeah.
loot box every once in a while, but it's nothing great. And I think that this is probably the future of Twitch, where this is what they'll do to replace drops eventually. Because
Mm.
for me, like I know Gwent and I know a lot of other card games have drops, but literally if you go to Gwent or other card games right now, they literally have just 24-hour reruns happening where people just lurk in the chat to try to get drops.
That is just, I don't know. It just feels gross because they're just gaming the system and just
Right.
it's not meant to be that way.
So I think that this is just a good incentive for. I think this is the safe way for Blizzard to do it because they could totally make it be like, oh yeah, every 30 minutes or every hour you watch a stream, you can get a free card pack, and like Hearthstone would be like blowing up at bigger than it already is right now on
Oh,
Twitch
absolutely.
because like yeah, Hearthstone may be dying and its numbers might be declining, but really what competition does it have in general? Like if Hearthstone's
Right.
suffering, every other card game's suffering,
Right. Like it's
So
still in top 5 games, like so it's not totally hurting.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, even if it was in the top 20 games at those numbers, what other card game is there that can compete with Hearthstone right now?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Gwent was thought to be like the Hearthstone killer, but then it's gone now.
Yeah, I haven't
And
heard about that. Artifact's coming out in a couple months, but I don't think it will attract. I don't think the market for Artifact is Hearthstone players. I think the market for it is Magic players.
I think so too. I think Artifact's going to appeal to the people who want more depth in their gameplay and probably less RNG.
Mhm.
And people who understand Magic or understand Artifact know that Richard Garfield,
Mhm.
he's going to create the game like, it's going to be familiar to Magic players.
Right. So we'll see what ends up happening with that game as well. I mean, I can already barely play one Hearthstone game, and this is expecting me to play 3. So it'll be pretty interesting to do. But some of the changes they're doing with Artifact look pretty good. Anyway, kind of a little off topic, but
Yeah.
let's get to just briefly talking about this one. I just want to touch base with this or whatever. Just a PSA announcement that the exclusive loot came out for this month, which was Rainbow Six Siege for Twitch Prime stuff. Coincidence? I don't think so. They just had a sale on Rainbow Six Siege like 3 weeks, like literally 2.5 to 3 weeks ago. There was a sale on Rainbow Six Siege where the game was probably about 60% off. So this is probably just a reward for everyone, but you end up just getting there's like loot boxes in the game or something. I'm not a Rainbow Six Siege player, guys, so I apologize if I have a lot of misinformation about it, but yeah, they're going to be giving out some Rainbow Six Siege loot boxes, I guess, or goodie items for free. So just an FYI on that. If you play Rainbow Six Siege, grab it. It's a pretty fun game. I played the free demo when it was out and about recently. Next up, which I don't really understand this at all, Pixel, but we can talk about this one here.
Let's see.
TwitchCon announced Hackathon 2018, baby. I don't know what it is. I really don't understand. I was going to ask you, Pixel, what it is, but let me just read to you guys what this is. So it says, do you like developing awesome tools to make Twitch better for everyone? With it, while a big clock ticks down to 0, like you're in an action movie. If you're up for fun and rewarding challenges, you should join us Saturday, October 27th for our 24-hour TwitchCon hackathon.
Oh, okay.
Here's how it works. Partnered streamers will approach us with ideas for new and useful extensions. Our expert staff will vet their ideas, and then teams of up to 4 hackers, that's you, will race to create prototypes of those extensions by the end of the hackathon. So, yeah, I guess that is the thing. I guess you can sign up for it.
Yeah, so it's just like a competition to create a tool within a certain amount of time.
Within literally 24 hours.
Right.
So if you want to come to TwitchCon, spend your whole time programming or coding an extension for some Twitch partners and not hang out with your bros for 24 hours, you can do that, I guess.
Yeah, and a team of 4 just like to, show off your programming chops.
Yeah.
And the main reason for all this is just to like get exposure and to try to impress the team at Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like these competitions are really a way for Twitch to just kind of like look for people who are very skilled at what they do, and they don't have to like try very hard to look for them. So they invite all these people to come in, and they just don't have to search.
Right.
So one of the things that they can do is just like cheaply find an idea that they have. Like, suppose they bring in an idea, and Twitch is like, oh my god, this is an amazing idea. We should just like incorporate it.
We just yoink it. You mean?
You just yoink it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any rules saying that you can keep your idea.
You probably in the rules, like in the detailed rules, there's probably something that says like we have all ownership of said extension after it's created or something.
Right. Because you're at TwitchCon, you have the ability to have like this platform to show off your skills. Twitch yoinks it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's probably in the full.
Maybe
rules,
potentially yoink your team too as well and hire you. I don't know. I'm just.
That's if it's amazing.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, if it's amazing, then absolutely.
I was gonna So this kind of made me springboard on a little. Oh, also so there's a registration link in that article that I linked, and then also you get some exclusive swag. It doesn't really say how big of a team you can have, as well as how many people will actually be invited. All it says is that a team has to be no more than 4 members, and it can be formed before or at the start of the event, and everyone there has to be 18 years or older, and you have to set up your development environment with SDKs in advanced. So, yeah, and it doesn't really say how many people are allowed to come or like what it is. So it's kind of a weird thing, but I guess you guys can read the rules on that. The thing that I kind of wanted to the conversation I kind of wanted to springboard off of this is extensions. I use them pretty frequently, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of useful extensions out there. The ones I primarily use on my own channel is I have a Twitch Prime reminder. By the way, go resub to me in Twitch Prime, which is over in the bottom left corner. If you hover over the bottom left corner of my screen, there's a little pop-up that shows free loot or Prime loot. You click it, and then you can Twitch Prime from there. If you hit the X, you won't see it anymore for the rest of the stream. I also have an overlay extension for Hearthstone so that you can mouse over cards and read them a little bit more detailed and stuff like that. But overall, I don't see a lot of streamers using extensions. Pixel, what's your take on extensions? Do you find them useful? Have you seen streamers use any in a creative way? Because mostly the only one I see is the Twitch Prime one.
That's the only one that I see, but I also see like sub games, or not sub games, but like just things that they can play while they're in chat. You know, like the blackjack and memory games and things like that.
Are you saying it's actually on the stream overlay, or are you saying it's in the chat, the Twitch chat?
It's in the overlay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a few like that, but for the most part, I don't really see people using them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only one that is probably useful is the Prime, like the reminder that you should use your Prime sub.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one that I can remember, because that is actually legit useful.
Mm-hmm.
Because Twitch will never remind you that it's actually there to use. But my general thoughts are that if it's out of the way, then I don't really mind it. If you're like using a ton of extensions to just like cover up your screen and overlay, then it gets in the way of the content.
Mm-hmm.
So a few is fine. You know,
Right.
I don't mind it, and as long as I can just kind of like, as long as I'm aware of it and I have to interact with it, like I have to do something to interact with it, and it's not like in your face.
Right.
Like I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I think I think also when I want to assume that extensions also extend to the panels that are used as well. On Twitch, I do have some Twitch panels. There's one that shows my Twitter feed, which is really useful. And then I used to have one that showed the song that was currently playing on Spotify, but for some reason Streamlabs discontinued that extension for some reason. So some of the panels are nice. There's like a schedule panel I also have as well. So I use a lot of the panels, but you're limited to 3 panels, and you're also limited to 3 extensions, I believe, at the same time. So after that, you kind of have to mix and match stuff. But yeah, my Prime button's kind of in the way, or out of the way. It's on the bottom left-hand corner above my camera. So even if you were to go over it and click it, it doesn't cover up anything except like the opponent's deck list, and it's pretty easy to get away.
That's good.
As well as the overlay just shows my Hearthstone deck. You can copy and paste my Hearthstone deck into your own Hearthstone client, which is mostly the reason why I use it, because people are always asking what deck I'm using, and it's like you can literally just copy and paste the deck I'm using right there. Is there any type of extensions that you would personally want to see that you haven't seen already? Because I feel like a lot of the extensions, to be honest, are useless. The one that I see that everyone has installed that no one uses is there's a Streamlabs extension, which it looks like the most useless thing ever. But it coincides with the Streamlabs chatbot, and I haven't used it just because my stream is so small. But I guess what it does is that if I ask a poll from my Streamlabs chatbot, it will actually appear on the extension and in in chat at the same time, as well as people can spend their currency straight from the extension itself. But I never see anyone utilize it ever. Like I have a friend who only has that extension on, and I honestly think he forgot the extensions there. Because like I've redeemed, because like it basically tracks currency as well, which is really nice if the extension's up. So it makes it so that if you're offline, since the stream isn't playing, you can't get offline currency, right?
Mm.
Because the extension
Mhm.
has to be enabled. So I've like requested a song request from him, and he's like never redeemed it. I've done it like 4 times. He's never redeemed any of them. So like, I feel like there's a I don't know, like, is there any extension that you find like super useful, or that you super want or can think of? Because I'm just thinking like, what are these people going to bring to TwitchCon Hackathon? What would you bring them if you were to go to these developers at Hackathon 2018?
Jeez, I don't even know. Like, if people haven't already come up with an idea for an extension, I don't know if I can come up with anything that's like revolutionary.
Yeah.
Because extensions have been around for like over a year, right?
Yeah, I want to say they've been around for almost a year.
Yeah.
Well, I believe they were announced last TwitchCon, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, if you think about the amount of people who have been developing for extensions this entire year, like, and they have the possibility of making money off of it, someone has to have created some like even remotely useful idea by now, and created it. So I'm not sure what else I can really add to it that hasn't already been thought of or done.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I can't think of anything right now, and it'll just be interesting to see what type of extensions people bring to Hackathon 2018. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to talk about?
Like, I mean, like this sounds like a really bad idea, but maybe like a picture-in-picture or something like that.
Go on. What do you mean?
Like, so just having like a different feed of something going into that extension. Like, you can click on the extension in an overlay, and maybe the streamer has like another camera set up in their area that you can just kind of like watch as well, like at the same time.
Right.
For what reason? I don't know. Maybe it might be cool for like an IRL stream, but like, if like there's something going on in another room of the house, like that,
like a multi-camera setup type of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
it might be interesting, but I don't really see like how that would work. But also, like, if they were going to do that, it would already be in the mainstream itself already. So
right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I can't really think of anything. Like,
right. It'll be hard, but
yeah.
All right, let's move on. We got a few more articles here. Hopefully it doesn't run us too long. I want to try to hit about an hour 15, guys, at most here. So we're not wasting everyone's time tonight. I know it's getting kind of late. But next up is affiliate partner perks, baby. So TwitchCon this week, which is in a week or in 3 weeks.
No, a month.
In a month.
A month and a week.
Okay, in about a month and a week, TwitchCon 2018 will be upon us. And with that, they have quote-unquote announced the TwitchCon affiliate perks, which we're going to go over first. And then they also announced the Twitch partner perks as well for attending TwitchCon 2018. If you guys didn't know, or if it's your first time checking out a TwitchCon, because I actually got emailed about this last week, there is no virtual ticket for TwitchCon. Everything will be for free on twitch.tv/Twitch probably, or in whatever their new IRL section is at the time, because the new IRL sections are coming out next week or something, or this week. So that's going to be changed as well. But I also think that's a pretty good idea. I would love like a virtual ticket, or maybe an all-access pass or something like that I could pay for, and maybe get some of these perks for free, or get them shipped to my house or something like that. That would be pretty neat. But yeah, so affiliate perks, perks in quotes, are a pretty big joke. I mean, not to brag, I mean, come on, let's be real here, Pixel. We're both affiliates here, right? This is the first time I believe Pixel is going to be an affiliate and attending TwitchCon, right? So these apply to you. These apply to you, Pixel. Oh crap!
Yeah,
I just clicked on something. Okay, so we can just go down the list, and I just want to get your general, just bullet reaction, Pixel.
All right.
Customized badge. Just like last year, affiliates attending TwitchCon can proudly display their status on their customized badge.
Okay, I mean, like, there's like 100,000 affiliates. I don't know if there's going to be like more affiliates than actual just like regular attendees this year.
It's just funny because mine last year was like Ryan Kubo, quote Ryan Kubo, end quote, because it's like the same. So like mine was just like, everyone was like, why is your badge so scuffed? Funny. I'm like, it's just I use the same. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So
But yeah, it's like
you can customize your badge, Pixel.
okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if that's really gonna mean anything, but it's cool to be recognized.
Okay, cool. Did you when you signed up to TwitchCon, when you bought your ticket, did it give you affiliate perks or pass or something like that? Did it recognize you were an affiliate?
Well, here's the thing: I haven't bought my ticket yet.
Okay.
So that still needs to be done.
Have you got your hotel room and all that? Your Airbnb?
Well, I have like housing set up. I'm staying with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been crashing there.
Okay, but you just haven't got your ticket yet.
No.
I'm surprised. I thought you got an early bird ticket.
I was thinking about it, but like I was wondering what my plans would be for TwitchCon, whether I would actually even be in the convention all 3 days. So I'm not sure like if I should just get the 1 day ticket that I'm pretty sure I'm going, or if I should just get the 3 day just to be able to go there anytime I want. So
I would say probably the latter if you're going to be in the area anyway, right? Because there might be people you want to see that are like aren't going to be like outside of the convention, or like would kind of suck to like you're just wandering around outside or something. I don't know. Probably because there's official meet and greets, right? So you might want to actually go to like an official meet and greet inside to meet one of your streamer that you want to see. So
yeah, there's a few of those. So yeah, I might get the 3 day and just I don't know, play it by ear.
Okay,
and just like have the freedom to do whatever.
Yeah. Next up, interactive and educational sessions. Improve your streaming and take your brand to the next level with 35 plus sessions curated specifically for affiliates, including to affiliate and beyond, small streamers and big dreams, and more.
I like that name.
There's also a full Twitch creator camp lineup specifically designed to help new and growing streamers accomplish their goal.
I mean,
Thoughts?
Okay, so it's cool that they're setting these things up because like there are some things that they can teach that is going to be helpful for a new streamer and affiliates and things like that. Specifically like technologically, like okay, what kind of gear do I need? How can I set this up so that it is quick and efficient? How do I set up a 2 PC rig if I decide to do that for streaming? So like those things, totally cool with that. Beyond that, I'm not sure what they can really offer to an affiliate to help them get to partner.
Right.
Because I really feel that like to be a partner, it requires something that is really difficult to teach.
It's RNG. A lot of it is RNG. I think we've talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is, I feel like RNG, where it really is. You could have everything. You can have the good setup. You can have the funny personality. You can be very good at the game, and for whatever reason, you're streaming at a bad time. You're not streaming enough hours. You're streaming in a game. Like there's so many streamers that, either have a head start because they got popular on social media beforehand and then moved to Twitch, or they somehow got a networking connection or became really good friends with somebody, and became like a big streamer that way. Like I found out like recently, I was reading an article about TSM Myth and how he became big, but apparently he was in a game with Ninja, and Ninja just decided to do like random squads. And it just happened to be that Myth, who was unknown at the time, streaming with like 60 people, was in a squad game with Ninja, and he just was like destroying people. And Ninja's like, "Oh, dude, this guy's really good. I'm going to add him as a friend." And then they played like a couple more games of duo, and like that's how Myth got his exposure. But before that, he had been streaming for almost like 2 years with like no exposure, maybe tops like 60, 70 viewers. Right. Wow. So like even for him, like it was very RNG. It was very lucky that he just happened to get into a game like that. Right. I'll say it here and I'll say it again. The people that want to get partner aren't going to be at TwitchCon. Like the people who really want to get partner are not going to be at TwitchCon. They're going to be streaming. I'm just saying.
That is very true.
They're going to be streaming because all their competition's gone.
That's exactly it. Every single one of the other streamers, of the big ones and stuff like that, they're going to be at TwitchCon, and it is going to be like the best time to stream, either to talk about TwitchCon or just do your thing. Like yeah, that's the thing about like if you want to hit partner, you really have to put in the hours, and that is the only way to increase your exposure and just increase your chances of something happening.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of have to always be on, and
Yeah.
like the more hours you put in, the more chances you get at having some sort of RNG event happening to you,
Mm-hmm.
like what happened to Myth.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's cool, but I think it's like are these events exclusive to affiliates? Are these sessions exclusive to affiliates? Like, hey, random pleb viewer, you can't go in? Probably not. You know what I mean? Next up, I'm gonna save this one for the third one for last because I just find it funny. But
Yeah.
next one we have streamer program participation. Our streamer program is returning for the third year in a row. Look for exhibitors displaying the purple broadcast icon so you know exactly which companies offer opportunities to engage with affiliates, partners, and your communities. Essentially, what this is that at TwitchCon there's a ton of booths and stuff, and a lot of the booths have these little purple flags that have the broadcast button, the go live button, which is if you go to your desktop mobile app, you'll see when you go to your dashboard, there's a little button that says go live. If you click it, you can IRL mobile stream basically. It's a little camera button. It's very obvious. You'll see it. But when basically booths have this little icon or flag icon anywhere in their booth, what that means is like, hey, we are interested in sponsoring affiliates or sponsoring partnerships. Come talk to us about it. Is basically what that means. I mean, it's pretty cool, but once again, I don't think that's really like a perk. You know what I mean? I just think that's like you know what I mean? Like it's not really like how I don't understand how that's really like a perk per se. It's just a little like awareness thing. Like, hey, just to let you know, if you see this little video icon by the blue microphone booth, it means that they do take sponsorships. You know what I mean? Like I don't really understand the wording of this paragraph or like what it's like. How is this like a partner affiliate perk? I don't know. You know?
Yeah, I don't really understand it either unless there's some sort of tangible benefit that you get from like partnering with one of these companies, whether you get like a free mic or whatever from it,
right,
or something like that. I don't really see much of a use for this.
In all honesty, I think it's very realistically, right? Because I did this the first BlizzCon I ever went to, and to be fair, I was a scrub, but even still. I feel like it is very hard to partner, to network with people at a convention unless it just comes off naturally. And what I mean by that is that my first ever BlizzCon that I ever went to, and maybe 2 conventions after that I went to, where I went in with this mindset of like, and this was before affiliate, so it was like where I went in with the mindset of like, oh man, I want to get sponsors, I want to meet people, I want to meet streamers, I want to make business cards. Like I made these cheapo business cards. Like they're pretty good business cards, but like whatever type of business cards. Like I'm gonna leave them around places, I'm gonna hand them out to people. Like I don't know. Realistically, it's very hard to actually network like really that. Is. You know what I mean? Like going up to these streamer program partner booths, right? And like, hey, blue microphone, like you guys sponsor, like let's talk. Oh, here's my business card. Like they're gonna get hundreds, if not thousands, of these Twitch business cards every single time, right?
Right.
And I feel like it's gonna be very hard to talk. And the people that I've networked with and the people that I've met, it was really like I became friends with first, where it wasn't even an intentional type of thing. I bought a guy a beer, we were drinking, we were chilling. Oh, what are you doing at BlizzCon? Oh, I'm working this booth. Oh, cool, man, cool. Yeah, I'm just attending here, and just kind of build this natural friendship up before it ever became any business thing. So
that's the correct way to do it, because like a lot of the times networking gets a bad rap because it's seen as like a slimy thing to do, and so you really have to go into it like you did and just kind of see it as a friend first before you kind of like hit them up for stuff, because everybody's going to be resistant to that. Like who's this guy coming up to me just asking me for stuff,
Especially at something where TwitchCon, where everyone there is an aspiring streamer or already is a full-time streamer,
Yeah, exactly. Like first, just like go up and like just treat them as a person. Like this is something that I've learned like when I'm networking at events that I go to at industry events, is you just create a rapport first. You talk to them, you find out like their background, you engage with them and what their background is before you can, propose anything or just kind of like ask for stuff.
Right.
But also like networking isn't always bad, but you have to like just make sure that both parties are getting something out of it.
Definitely.
You have to. It's kind of like this bargaining thing. Like, what do you provide, and what can they provide, and can those two things like help each other out?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
if if that happens with a streamer program, then that's great. That creates a really long lasting business relationship that works well, and you can build from that. But without that, I don't know. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I think that's like that's a really big thing that like a lot of people miss about like networking. And I've like, not to name any names, but I've had in the past like people come to me and like I hate talking about my own stream numbers or like tooting my own horn, because I do not see myself as like a big streamer, but in some people's eyes, we've talked about this before, you're always smaller than someone and always bigger than someone else, right? So in my position, I don't believe I have that many followers, that much viewership, but in some people's eyes, maybe people who are just starting to stream, they see my social media, they see my Twitch viewership or follower number, and they say, wow, this guy's actually a pretty decent bigger smaller streamer. Oxymoron, I know. And there's been a lot of times where it's like, hey man, do you want to collab? Do you want to come on my stream and do this? Do you want to do this with me? And like I'm thinking the whole time like, yeah, hey man, you're a cool guy. You're maybe like I've gone kind of friendly with you, etc., etc. But it's like, dude, you have nothing to offer me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Like if I come on your stream, you have what, 10 followers? Like what? How is that going to help me? You know what I mean?
Right,
your social
right.
media is nothing. So it doesn't matter if you're saying like, hey, I'll tweet you out though. Like who cares? Like it's not going to help me. And like I said, I don't want to sound cocky or like kind of douchey about it, but yeah, that is a big part of networking, is that both parties need to offer something. And I feel like within Twitch, one of the hardest things to do but best things to do as a aspiring Twitch streamer, or just a streamer in general who wants to take things a little bit more seriously, is really just introspectively looking at yourself and seeing what you can offer. Because I feel like a lot of streamers just like refuse to do that, and it's so easy for streamers to play the blame game, right? Like, oh, why are these girl streamers getting more viewers than me? Why is this guy getting more? I put in more time, I do this. Well, what are you doing wrong? Because it really is up to you. So I totally agree with you on the networking thing. So I just feel like this perk was like a little awkward. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'm not really sure what to make of it. I mean, I guess it depends on like what kind of opportunities these are. But
last year it was just like there was like Blue Microphone. There was like a couple of mobile game spots that I saw. Like they just had the little purple broadcaster, like, we will sponsor you. And I kind of talked to them about it, and they were like, oh, you can give us your email and stuff here. A lot of it, honestly, this was a lot of it, at least last year, was like, oh, if you want to fill out this form, we'll get back to you. And it was literally like at the Razer booth. So like you filled out your Twitch username, your social media links, and your email. So what they probably did was looked at your social media, your Twitch stuff, and then from there went, yeah, no, we're not even going to contact this dude, like whatever. But I mean, when it came to actually going to the booth and talking to a representative face to face, it rarely happened. Like I think it happened one time for me.
Yeah,
and I didn't do that many booths, to be honest. So.
Yeah, to be honest, if it's like a game or something like that, or some kind of product, they're going to hit up partners as opposed to affiliates because of the greater reach of a partner.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like, I don't see them. I don't see this being a benefit for affiliates at all.
It's on there though. Anyway, last thing really quick for affiliates, affiliate gift. Making it to affiliate is something to be proud of, and we want to celebrate your milestone with an exclusive item for affiliates attending TwitchCon. Details will be announced soon. Pixel, I worked very hard to get affiliate. I got it the first day it came out by doing absolutely nothing. I deserve a gift. You deserve a gift, Pixel, even though you haven't streamed in like 7 months.
Hey, don't bring this up.
What gift do you want from Twitch besides partnership?
Oh my goodness.
What do you think they're actually going to give 100,000 Twitch affiliates?
I don't even know. They're probably going to give you like a slap bracelet. Like
a $5 coupon to Carl's. Like even that would be a lot, actually. That's $500,000. Every affiliate attends.
Yeah, that would be pretty sizable. Yeah, they'd have to make sure that they have enough for every
I bet you this is what I actually think it is. Okay, I think everyone attending will get a drawstring bag that will say TwitchCon 2018, but I think affiliates will get one that will say TwitchCon affiliate. That's honestly what I think it is. That's what I think. I honestly, legitimately think that's probably what it is. It's like a drawstring bag, and it will have like advertisements and the streamer program partnership pamphlets within the affiliate one.
You know what? That's probably it.
Yeah.
Because that's really cheap to make. It's like it's adding extra word to a bag.
Yeah.
So and that's where all your goodies can go in. and maybe they might have some extra stuff in there,
Especially
like
since viewers and affiliates get the same line, I can just totally see it being like a thing where you just flash your badge like I'm affiliate. They're like, okay, here's your little thing.
yeah.
You know?
No, totally. I think that's totally it. I don't think they'll go any further than that.
Yeah. So, as an affiliate, Pixel, how excited are you for TwitchCon 2018, and are you looking so excited to these perks?
So excited.
Okay. Good, because we're gonna go to now partnership perks. TwitchCon partnership perks is the next article. Just linked it in the chat for anyone who wanted to check that out. But so these are the TwitchCon 2018 partner perks. I could not for the life of me find a 2017 partnership perks. Do you know if there's anywhere I can find those pixels, or do you know offhand what I know what some of them are, because I have friends who are partners and they were able to mention a couple of things last time, but besides that I didn't really get much.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, I know there were the personalized Coke bottles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was like the gift this time, or that was like the special gift was the Coke bottles.
Right. What else was it? There was the partner T-shirt.
So apparently, I was talking to someone. Not really NDA, but it's not an NDA. But apparently, the partner logo T-shirt or whatever is something that just gets handed out when you become a partner at any event.
Oh.
So like, if you become partner, let's say, but you can't go to TwitchCon, but then you can go to BlizzCon. Let's say there's a Twitch party at BlizzCon. You can, if your partner manager is there, you can just tell them like, "Hey, could you drop off my partnership shirt?" And like, yeah, sure, and they'll just print one out for you. So apparently, that's not an exclusive gift, from what I found out, sadly. But yeah, I believe it was the Coke bottle last time, right?
Yeah.
So,
which this is funny. I actually have one.
I know you have one because you yoinked someone else's Coke bottle. You're not even a partner. You literally yoinked one of your friends' things, jerk. You haven't even drank the Coke out of it.
No,
are you gonna give it back to him?
Yeah. Well, the problem is just like being able to transport it, because
he'll probably have to drink it.
He'll have to drink it, yeah, because he can't actually bring it. Like,
tell him to drink it and record it, because that's a year of Coke. That's literally a year Coke. You could have drank that Coke at any time and you decided not to, so you better tell him to drink it.
That is vintage Coke flavor right there.
I mean, it's bottled,
fine.
Right?
It's bottled, yeah. It'll be fine. I mean, we learned from Fallout that we can drink Coke after 200 years.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay. Well, anyway, there is a ton more of partnership stuff, as you can see from the article I linked you with the partnership perks. So we can kind of go through them. Just FYI, both Pixel and I are not partners. We probably should have got a Twitch partner on here for this type of round, but unfortunately we couldn't get anyone because no one knows what we do this podcast. But there are a couple of cool, interesting little perks that I thought were pretty cool within this Twitch partnership perks. So going from probably the least interesting to the coolest stuff that I could think of. You got a partner developer mixer. It's an opportunity that ends at the end of TwitchCon Day 1, and you get to enjoy drinks with basically Twitch developers. I believe these are just with the people who make the extensions and make the panels and do all the coding for bits and stuff like that. This party is invite only. Obviously, it's for partner. I remember hearing rumors swirling around last year of this party happening off sites of the Long Beach Convention Center, and it was just kind of a low-key like 2 or 3 hour mixer. From what I understand, I think last year it was at the aquarium.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was at the aquarium. So they cut off the aquarium all the way to that big wall where the big fish tank is, and that was where the developer thing was. So not the whole place was open, but like that main hall area was open. Next up, partner only panels and feedback sessions. So basically just like partner only panels that you have to be a partner to go to, as well as feedback sessions where basically staff are at the firing range and at your mercy, where basically you can shoot questions at them and talk to them about stuff. More details apparently coming soon with that. You also have promotion at twitchcon.com. So this is something that I'm surprised they talked about already, but this was basically on the twitchcon.com website. There's a little area called Who's Coming, and you can basically type in any streamer, partnered streamer that you know of, and it will show if they've already bought their ticket. basically.
Yeah, didn't they do this for last year too?
They did this
or
for
is it-
last year too, I believe. Yeah. The
Okay.
interactive and educational sessions are here as well. It's basically just more sessions that are more geared towards partners, but they're open to everyone. So those are not exclusive. You know, things like storytelling through
Mhm.
statistics and mental health type of stuff.
Mhm.
Some of the cooler things that we have here, and this is kind of getting into repeat type of stuff, but partnership lounge. So there will be another VIP partnership lounge where you'll be able to hang out and chill away from your adoring fans or from the crowds this weekend as well. Again, the one at Long Beach was so natural. Like that one was
Naturalist?
no, it was very natural. Like it wasn't like I remember the one at San Diego Comic Con was literally just like upstairs in a convention like meeting room,
Oh,
but the
yeah.
one in Long Beach like looked like it legitimately should have been there. I don't know if they built that for the Long Beach
It's
Convention Center, but that one was like pretty legit. I remember it being like it
yeah.
almost looked like a kind of like a Starbucks.
I think it was like an actual restaurant.
Oh,
They
okay.
cleared out and just kind of made it the lounge
Yeah. So
because like there was an actual bar inside. There were like
yeah, there's free
booths and
food
things
for
like
them and
that.
stuff. There's like free
Hmm.
water and snacks for them too, right?
Yeah,
I
I
believe.
went inside.
Nice.
They
Wait,
had
how'd
like
you get
free.
inside?
One of my friends is a partner.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you can plus
And
one it.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like it's someone that I knew from college,
Oh,
and
okay.
I just ran into him. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Mm-mm.
And he was like,
Nice.
"I'm a partner now," and he just took me inside. We talked for a while, grabbed some drinks. It was pretty cool.
Nice. So Partner Lounge is coming back. Next up, the Partner Party is also coming back. We're bringing back the special Partners Only Shindig from 7 to 11 p.m. on Saturday, October 27th. You and one lucky guest are invited. That's pretty cool that there is a +1 nowadays. I remember last year there was some complications where people were allowed to bring, like some people were allowed to bring +1s, but some weren't allowed to bring +1s. So it was like
Weird.
really confusing. Like some people are like, hey, could I bring my friend, and it was like no, sorry. And then some people came and showed up with their husband or their wife, and it was like, hey, this is my husband or wife, we're married, and it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
sure, come in. So there's kind of like a weird thing going on with that.
Oh, that's
So I'm
weird.
glad that you can now bring +1s as well.
This
That's pretty smart.
this looks like the same time as the TwitchCon party itself. This is so the partner
Yeah.
party is the same day and the same time as that, and probably a separate place.
Yeah, so that is also what I was gonna talk about, which I thought was gonna be pretty interesting. We could come back to this in a sec here because I know we're kind of running out. I kind of want to just get through all this stuff. We can
Mhm.
come back to the
Sure.
partner party thing. But yeah, that was actually something I really briefly wanted to talk about, which I thought was interesting. Next up, there's early expo access, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Friday before TwitchCon opens to the general attendees. I'm not really sure what time it opens to general attendees, but
No, I don't know either, but I'm
okay. It's
guessing
at least an
12.
hour or two before. There's expedited security lines, which basically just means that partners get their own security lines to go through like last year, and also they can take a +1. As always, there is partner shop night, which is the night before TwitchCon even starts from 6 to 8 p.m. Partners will be able to go in and grab whatever they want, whatever type
Mhm.
of loot they want, which is going to be interesting because there's a lot more partners this year. Twitch just keeps growing and growing as a company, and to be a partner
Mhm.
is not that special anymore. And it's just interesting now that it's like, oh wow, partners can. That's so cool. Partners get to go the night before to shop for things. Yeah, but remember, 10,000 partners are attending this year. You're not. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a
Yeah,
bad line to go through or whatever.
it's gonna suck either way. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and then
it's
the
better than
next thing
forty
is the
thousand.
yeah, sorry. And then the next thing is the partner gift is they designed a special backpack just for partners attending TwitchCon. So you will get a backpack. This is why I think that affiliates will get like a drawstring backpack, by the way, that just says affiliates. Partners will actually get a legitimate backpack embroidered with their name on it, from what I
Hmm.
understand, that says Twitch partner. But then also on top of that, they will be able to get they will be able to purchase an item. So they have to pay for it themselves, unfortunately, but purchase an item from the TwitchCon store and then have it screen print their partner logo on it for free.
Oh, that's kind of
So
cool.
what is a partner logo? It's whatever it's whatever your default icon is, like whatever your uh well, it's you won't, from what I understand, you won't be able to customize it. You get to choose from certain partner logos. Sorry, that's what I meant. So it's not like your own custom logo.
So I thought it was just like just basically the word partner.
On it, I mean, it could be that. I'm gonna get partners should get socks and then get those like the Twitch socks and then get those embroidered with partner on them, which I thought was which I think is pretty funny. So really quick before we move on to our last topic, because I do want to talk about the big topic on the thing for the last maybe 10 to 15 minutes. But the thing that you brought up, which is going to be the last thing I talked about as well, is the partner party. So the partner party is from 7 to 11 p.m. on Saturday, October 27th, where you and one lucky guest are invited. Now, this does coincide, from what I understand, with the general Twitch party. So they haven't actually announced where the Twitch party is going to be, I believe, right? Have they not?
They have not
Okay.
announced anything.
So we don't really know what the deal is with this. There's two things that have happened in the past with the last two TwitchCons I've personally gone to. When I went to the one in San Diego, there was basically the general. It was down on the field of some baseball team. I don't Petco Park. We're at Petco Park,
Yeah,
right?
Petco.
And it was basically on the field of Petco Park, but on either adjacent side of Petco Park, there was these outdoor fenced areas where only partners could go inside. And then the plebs were still like everyone was on the field, but there was like these white picketed fences where literally the partners could go to sit, and there was their own bars in there as well. But they could enter in and out freely of these. And then there was also skyboxes for other partners if they just wanted to stay up there and chill in there as well.
Okay.
So that was kind of partner exclusive. Now from last year at Long Beach, there was no exclusive partnership area, which I thought was really interesting at that Twitch party, and that might have just been because it was at the Queen Mary, it was at a Halloween haunt thing. They did have a separate line for partnership to enter through, where once again it was not +1, so that was kind of weird because I knew people whose like husbands or wives were split up from them and had to wait in like the pleb line, which I didn't really like to see. But that one did not have any exclusive area for partners at all, and I don't think partners really liked that. You know what I mean? So I heard that a lot of partners just didn't go to it.
Yeah,
they did do it. I will say this: they did do a thing where the party started, I believe, at 7 p.m., but the partners were allowed to go in at 5 p.m. So if you were a partner, you were allowed to go 2 hours early. And so that was pretty cool. But there was no exclusive area for partners to go around. I remember like I finally got in around 7:15, so right after the party started, and there was already a swarm of people following Summit 1G out of the party. Like Summit 1G was like trying to leave. Like he only stayed the first 2 hours and like left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from what I understand from this partnership party, it hasn't been confirmed, but the way that it's worded here is that it does seem like partners will have a partner only party with no affiliates, none of the general plebs there at all. It will be separate from the other one.
Yeah.
And my question to you, Pixel, is what do you think about that? I think for me personally, knowing some people who are partnered, it's going to be a struggle for them because they're going to want to chill with just their partner friends, obviously.
Sure.
But at the same time, they have mods or friends who aren't partnered. And if they are going to be two separate parties entirely, I think that's not good to do. But I think it should be something where it was like San Diego, where it was a mix of both.
Yeah. No, I think San Diego is probably the best example of what they should do. If it's completely separate, like at two different locations, like a mile away or something like that, it's probably not the best. Because I firmly believe that TwitchCon is part of it is just interacting with those streamers and having them all in one place. And having separate parties kind of defeats that purpose.
Right.
Of course, they all have the choice to actually go to the pleb party if they really want to.
Right, of course.
But at the same time, I mean, it's kind of cool to have something that's exclusive. Also, you've reached a level where you've partnered with Twitch, and so like it's a nice benefit to just be able to chill with other partners.
Right.
Either to network or just relax or whatever.
Right.
That's something that's very rare for a partner, because how many times do you actually have that ability to just kind of mingle with a bunch of partners all in one place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of a give and take. I mean, I think that San Diego did well. Just have a kind of all in one area. Sure, they can have their own area too, and they're free to just like walk from their partner area to the pleb area.
Yeah, I think that's a good benefit. The thing is too is maybe the the general Twitch party is on Sunday this year. We don't know. Last year they had a partner party where only partners were allowed to go, but it was from around 6 p.m. to let's say midnight, but it was on Friday night. So it was Friday night, and then the Queen Mary party was on Saturday night, and that was everyone. And then Sunday there was obviously nothing. So it could in this they say we're bringing back the special partners only party. So they bringing it back, which means they're doing it again. And what the partners only party last year was, it was not on the same day as the general party. So
gotcha.
Maybe it also they're moving the partner party to Saturday. Maybe the pleb party's on Friday or Sunday. I don't know. It's kind of
that'll be interesting to see. Okay,
definitely. But yeah, that's a good thing to point out. Anything else you wanted to say about this topic before we quickly move on to the last one?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Last topic, really quick, and probably take about 5 to 10 minutes to do this one, is we have to talk about this because when you load this article up, it's already ridiculous to see what you see right here.
All right, let's load it up.
But that image right there is just already, in my opinion, so ridiculous. So I am not a League of Legends fan. I do follow the scene pretty extensively. And appreciate the esport behind it. But if you guys did or didn't know, a few years ago, there was a man by the name of Tyler One, who was deemed the most toxic League player of all time, right? The poster boy of toxicity. He created a whole meme where he would literally say, F these people, run it down. I'm going to run it down mid. And he would take his League of Legends character and he would repeatedly run his character down mid lane, killing himself repeatedly because he just hated his team that much because they sucked that much in his opinion. He was also very unique because he played a character named Draven, who is one of the weirdest, hardest champions to carry with, and he was a really good player. Anyway, he got banned for toxicity, and every time he was suspended for toxicity for whether it be 7 days or 30 days, he would just create a brand new account, level it all the way back up to 30, which already takes about 50 hours, and continue to grind on stream and do placements. And he, by the time, so this happened about 24 times, where he was banned for 24 times. Never bought an account, literally made a new account, made a new email, leveled the thing up to level 30, then started ranking again. He would get to around Challenger, which is top 500 in the world, and then they would permaban him because they knew it was him because he played such a unique character at such a high skill level. They just knew it was him. So after 24 times of doing this, he was permabanned off of League of Legends, which means that he could never make an account again. He could never stream the game as well. And at this time, he was not partnered, but he had a very big following, and Riot hated him for the image he brought. Certain staff members on Riot, which I'll name one of them just because he was in this thing that we're going to talk about briefly, named Freak, did not like him and basically said that he was like a garbage player and very toxic, and he hated the guy. So Tyler One quit League of Legends. He went variety streaming for about a year, got partnership, became very popular, and then this year in 2018 of January, he got unbanned from League of Legends because he was quote unquote reformed. So that was in January 4th, 2018. He's been streaming League pretty much ever since. And this past weekend in September, what is it? What is this past weekend? September 8th, 2018. So 9 months after he got unbanned, he was on the NALCS stage live doing a show match with his duo partner because he plays AD carry. His support was Freak, the staff member who said that he was toxic and would amount to nothing and that he hoped that he wouldn't exist anymore. And this was live streamed to the official twitch.tv/Riot Games.
It's unbelievable.
This is so funny to me, and it just blows my mind that this actually happened, and it's actually amazing. A year ago, he couldn't stream the game. A year ago, if you had there was literally signs in Riot that said that if you're on your posters, you couldn't have profanity, sexual innuendos, or like images, and you couldn't have anything that said free Tyler 1 or hashtag reformed or made any mention to Tyler 1. Those were the 3 rules you could not have on a sign. Right?
Yeah.
And now he is unbanned, and he is now he streamed on stream, like on Riot's official channel, to like 200,000 people on the NALCS stage, did a post-game, pre-game interview. Then the next day, he even commentated one of the final games of TL versus Cloud9 on the caster's desk. What do you think of this? It's just crazy, Pixel. It's so good. I love it.
What is this timeline? Like, I don't know. Like,
this is
it's
the best
so
timeline. We are in the we are literally in the best timeline, which is crazy if you think about it.
Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, you have this guy that Riot banned for toxicity 24 times, and you basically kind of delegitimize that by bringing him onto the LCS stage and making him like the star of this show, essentially.
Yeah.
It just makes all of that sort of meaningless, all the rhetoric behind that. I don't know if they changed their mind, or if it just like, makes all of that kind of
or they planned
argument thing. Yeah, or maybe they planned it. And it just, I don't know, it just kind of like invalidates their thought behind banning him in the first place. I don't know. Like, it's hard to describe just how weird the situation is.
Yeah, it's so good though. I love it. It was awesome. Honestly, here's the thing, guys. We all know Riot's been going through some pretty bad press lately. We briefly talked about it. There's been some sexual harassment cases going on at Riot. They've had to fire a bunch of employees because of essentially bro culture, from what we understand.
Yes. Yeah.
On top of that, like 2 weeks after, they decided to do a thing at PAX West where for the first 2 hours, their hall of PAX West was only open to people who were either female or non-binary gender, and you had to prove that you were either female or non-binary gender, and they were very strict with it. So it was very strange as well that they did that.
Yeah.
So like a female would go with her husband, and they were both fans of Riot. They both wanted to go in the hall, and they would not allow her husband to go in. And the thing is, the panels in this hall were not pertaining to people who were transgender or female. They were just general panels. So people are like, hey, I wanted to go see this panel on this type of artist from Riot, and I couldn't go. And then the person who's holding the art panel is like, there was 7 people at my art panel because no one was there, because it wasn't that they opened the hall early for females and all that. It was like during general hours, and they were like, no, the first 2 hours only these people could go. So I feel also it's probably a stunt that Riot's probably pulling to bring Tyler 1 back, because honestly, that was the most fun I ever had watching League Legends, the longest I can remember.
You're probably right. This is probably a planned event. They knew how popular Tyler 1 is among Twitch, and they figured, oh, you know what, let's capitalize on it. Let's have bygones be bygones. Let's bring them on, and let's get some numbers.
Yeah, because it worked for me. I watched the whole thing, and I think I haven't watched I don't watch a League of Legends match unless it's the grand finals of the World Championship. That's the only time I watch it. The Tyler 1 show match, it's 45 minutes. It's probably the best 45 minutes of my life that I've watched in esports lately. Just like him arguing. He immediately gets into the game, and I'm a Cutie Pie stands up and like says something to him, and Tyler immediately alt F4s the game and throws off his headset and says something to I'm a Cutie Pie. So like, it's like they finally load in. It's like, all right, guys, the game is about to... and Tyler 1's alt F4'd. Like, at one point in the game, they interviewed I'm a Cutie Pie while he was playing the game. Tyler 1 called him out and said, like, let's 1v1 in the Baron pit right now. So they went to go 1v1, and it was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
a match. And the post game interviews were pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
I never expected Tyler 1 to be on stage with the rest of the interviewers and just screaming "Lol Tyler 1 discount code alpha" as loud as he could in a stadium of people. So you know what? Good on him.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's pretty funny though. You gotta admit.
It is pretty funny.
It's pretty amusing. I think he's just a big troll, and I do think he's toned it down a lot, and I think Riot needed to definitely recuperate some of their numbers as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that is going to be it for today. We're trying to keep the podcast somewhere under an hour and 15 or an hour and 30 minutes. I think even we ran a little bit later than we were supposed to, but we tried to get it as fast as possible. It's 11:50 right now, so hopefully it's not too late for everyone. But yeah, sorry for no question and answer portion this time around, but we need to get to bed pretty soon. So yeah, I'll say bye to you now, Pixel. Take it easy.
All right.
Thanks for being on.
Cool.
As always, if you guys want to follow Pixel, you can follow him at twitch.tv/pixel_pusher101 or twitter.com/pixelpusher101. And yeah, take it easy, man. I'll catch you next time, man.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Peace, man. Take it easy.
See ya.